In this video, I'll be talking about how my production skill has improved. I'll be breaking down this video into 4 parts: pre-production, film processes, post-production, and problems we encountered. Before going to the 3 sections, I would like to talk about one of the hardest things I've done in the course of production. Blogging was time-consuming and challenging. We used WordPress.com to blog our production process. The difficult thing being that we had to record everything we did in the pre-production all the way to post-production. I had to include even the smallest detail in clips as ideas. I tried many types of formats for the website. I've chosen one that looked cleanest. It's time-consuming in a way that I had to take photos from our shoot and put them into the blog, later organize the format, make it engaging and visual for people to read. In this long process, I've learned how to form a website and categorize my blog posts into different sections, thus making them easy to find. It also has improved my language skill as I had to write long posts to sufficiently deliver my ideas. In the pre-production process, we researched on Wikipedia about satanic cult we want to include, as we wanted to be as accurate as possible. Here I learned how to effectively research and get the most out of a piece of research. Later, we found out more about our thriller genre through Googling. I found some generic convention of our subgenre, that is, psychological thriller, religious thriller, and dramatic thriller. Later, I went onto YouTube to find out more inspirations from movie clips. Later, I showed this to my group members, which saved time and effort for them. I was in charge of script writing. Here I continue to incorporate research skills. I found pictures with description on how to write a script and what font I need to use. I became fluent in writing a script and using the correct format after many drafts. We bought some of our props from an online store and borrowed some of them from the drama department. We had to be selective of these props, otherwise they'll be impossible to carry from location to location. I communicated with the drama department and asked them for their permission of the props. Teamwork was vital in pre-production. Everyone had different ideas and it's hard to come to a common ground. I've learned to listen to others' ideas and compromise. Pre-production also improved my time management skill. I've learned to designate tasks to everyone. For example, I will write the script and Zaina and Cece will work on the storyboard. This skill massively saved time and prepared us for the filming. In the filming process, I've learned how to hold the light correctly. We have to make sure that they are all in the same distance and the angle in every shot to make it seem realistic. This is hard to achieve since some extreme close-up requires more light on one angle rather than the other. I realized that it's vital for the light to follow exactly where the camera will go. The light needs to keep the same distance. This needs to be achieved to avoid any shadow of the camera person. Filming takes a long time. For our first scene, it took 6 hours. After the first scene, I've learned to keep the shots very close to the storyboard. This will reduce faulty shots. We designated one person to be in charge of continuity issue, so nothing unnecessary will go into the frames. In scene 2, actors don't have the same understanding of plot as well as us, so we need to inform them of their parts and personality before the filming starts so we can save time. This was well practiced in scene 2, as we told all the actors and pre-prepared them for their role. For the first scene, we didn't quite follow the storyboard, which worked well. In the hotel scene, we did a similar thing. We improvised more rather than sticking to our material. This ended up in the scene losing its intended meaning and the clip did not link. Here, I realized linear timeline editing requires more precision. In the final scene too, we followed the storyboard and made sure that actors follow their lines word by word rather than rephrasing to make sure no meaning is lost. Again, teamwork and leadership skill improved for me. All the group member has to communicate effectively to make sure everyone understands what each other are doing. Me and Cece worked on light and camera. We had to know where each other are and what we'll do next. Our effective teamwork has reduced faulty clip and saved time. In post-production, I was in charge of sound editing in scene 2. The majority of this is to smoothly blend two clips together. I had to work with very fast soundtrack and slow ones. I've learned to find the beats where two pieces can be put together. I've also used bridges and overlapping to make sure the blending is seamless. Scene 2 also has noise from the wind. We reduce this voice by altering loudness and reduce humming on Final Cut Pro. For the clip with too much noises from the wind, we just use voiceovers. While research about fonts, I've learned more on the different characteristics and their intended meaning. We collectively chose all the font. Out of everything I learned the most from editing. This was mainly because editing was done on my laptop with all the group members. We played and tried many of the features and found things that didn't work and worked. I've learned more about color blending the clips and making sure they do not look gray. The most time-consuming part was to make sure all the clips followed onto each other. I've learned to carefully select the clip to make sure that they match exactly. In the meantime, having natural pauses. After the first viewing from the teachers, they gave out a lot of constructive criticism as well as praises. I've learned to use some of these suggestions, which helped us to massively improve the meaning and mise-en-scène. During the production, we've encountered many problems. Our initial planning for the second scene was to create an investigation scene. This didn't work because of the poor mise-en-scène. The whole atmosphere was too calm and warm. Our pre-planning was also loose and it wasn't properly done. After filming and attempt of editing it, I found problems that I can fix next time filming. This includes sticking to the storyboard and script as well as making sure the mise-en-scène worked out. To achieve this, we filmed again with a different idea into more of a characteristic development scene. This scene was constructed better with better material and better setting. I've learned that the camera needs to be more steady, so in the final scene, we used a gimbal camera to fix the problem. While editing scene 2, we found that many clips had strobes and the first shot was out of focus for a second. We went onto YouTube to research ways to improve this, however, we cannot remove it. Although we had no continuity error, the final cut of scene 2 was difficult to put together. We selected different shots to make them link. For example, hands in pocket and our movement. The clip from scene 2 had wind humming. I used sound editing tools on Final Cut Pro to reduce this and use voiceovers. Thank you for watching and listening. I really hope you enjoyed. See you next time.